Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I have this beautiful look right here for you guys. If you are new, welcome and thank you for tuning in. My name is Amir. I am all things beauty and fashion related here on YouTube with a little bit of life content. So if you want to see how I created today's look, then keep on watching. Alright, so let's get into the look, you guys. So to color correct, I'm using an orange corrector from LA Girl just to go around my mouth, and then I'm blending that out. And once I'm done with that, I'm going in with another LA Girl Pro Concealer. This one is in the shade Toffee to conceal the orange. Then I'm using a damp beauty sponge. This one is from Beauty Bakery, and I'm just blending that concealer shade out so nothing will peek through once I place my foundation. For foundation, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in Chai. I haven't used this foundation in a while, so the color is just a tad bit off, but it's okay because I'm going to highlight the center of my face to even it out again. To highlight, I'm taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this one is in the shade Secure Diorge. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not quite sure, so don't come at me, okay? And then I'm taking my NYX Born to Glow Concealer, and this one is in the shade Warm Caramel, and I'm just blending those two out. And I love the pairing of these two concealers. They worked really well with each other. For my under eye concealer, I like to let it sit just a tad bit longer than normal just so I can get an added bit of coverage. And these two concealers, they really did the job, y'all. Like, my freckles, you can't see them. Any blemishes, they are gone, and it just highlighted the center of my face so well. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend. Taking that sponge once again, using the butt of the sponge to blend out the edges of my highlight shade, and then going into my contour, I'm taking the Fit Me concealer. This one is in dark coffee to cut and shape my face, and then I'm going in with Cocoa from Fit Me once again to brighten it up for that transition, hitting below the lip and then on the forehead. When I do blend out my contour, I like to push the product upwards towards my cheekbone. I feel like that gives an added snatch to my face, and making sure that I tap it into my temple because I like how hollow it makes my eyes look, or the side of my face look. Once again, I'm going back in with my sponge, using the butt of it again to make sure that those edges are blended together. And y'all, I'm just loving my base. It's so glowy and I just love it, okay? So the powder that I'm using to set my highlighted areas, this is the Pro Filter from Fenty Beauty in the shade Honey. And I made a mistake, you guys. Like, I picked up some product, as you can see. So I think I was just using a heavy hand this day, and it just picked up the product that I already had on my face. So I did my best to fix it and to recover, but it wasn't 100% there, which is okay because you couldn't really tell from far away. So that's one good thing about it. And it didn't really bother me that much. I covered it the best that I can. And to contour my face, I'm taking my Black Radiance True Complexion contour palette, and I'm using the contour shade first to set the contour that I placed down, and then I went into the sculpt shade, which is a warmer brown, just to give me some color back into the areas of my face. To cut the bottom of that contour, I'm taking my Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This one is in medium deep. And then I'm dusting that away with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder Foundation. This one is in 360 Mocha. To contour my nose, I'm taking that Black Radiance palette once again to sculpt and shape to make it a little bit more snatched. Once I'm done setting my face, I am taking a setting spray to make sure that all those powders are into the skin and pressing that into with my beauty sponge. So let's hop right into the eyes. All right, so I totally forgot to press record, so I started a little bit off camera. But this is the palette that I'm using. This is the Oh Boy palette from Morphe, and I'm taking that brown shade and I'm using it as my transition and I'm just buffing that in. As I'm blending out the shade, I'm just going in the natural shape of the curve of my eyes. So I'm bringing it in and then I'm swooping it out where the tailbone is of the corner of my eye. To deepen up that crease, I'm taking another brown shade from that same palette and I'm just placing that on top of the lighter brown shade that I used and going in the same direction. So I wanted this look to be a little bit intense, so I am building up that brown shade. Each shade I'm going to build up, so this is the foundation of the building. To make sure that I don't have any harsh lines, I'm taking a clean, fluffy blending brush to make sure that all of my colors are blended into each other and are smooth and ready for the next shade. Going into my Revolution color book in 02, I'm taking this brown shade right here to deepen up the crease even more, and I'm using a tiny blending brush. This is more precise and it helps me place the colors down where I want it to be exactly. So I'm using a light hand at first because I didn't want to use too much and then it'll be way too smoky and dark. So I'm just taking my time to build up this shade and still placing it in the same direction as the other two shades. Once I have that first layer down, I'm going back into it and I'm slowly but surely building it up. Make sure that I'm taking my time and make sure that it's not going everywhere. And then I'm going right back into that blending brush and buffing those colors out. Taking the darkest brown in the palette, I'm making a fake wing and then curving it out into the crease because I am going to cut my eyes, so I want it to be a little bit smoky and still have some shape. To blend that black brown shade out, I'm taking the previous brush that I used for that other brown shade to smoke it out without making it look too muddy. And once again, make sure that you blend it out. The key thing with shadows and anything that you place on your face is blending. Alright, so I did the cut crease off camera. So I'm taking that same black brown shade that I previously used and I'm just blending that into the cut crease. Once again, I'm blending that out with the previous brush that I used. I'm basically doing the same step that I did before the cut crease again. So making sure that that black brown shade is blended into that lighter brown shade. To make sure that I don't lose that shape, I'm winging that black brown shade out. Going back into that brush that I used for my transition, I'm lightly dusting that into the corner of my eye along the edge just to make sure that that color didn't get lost. For my lid shade, I am taking this yellow pale nude shade and I am just setting where I place that concealer. So I started to pack it on and then I blended it into the darker shades just to give a more cohesive and smoother transition. To give this eye a little bit of more pizzazz, I'm taking this light champagne shimmer and I'm just lightly dusting it over where I placed my lid shade. And I'm using the same brush but just the opposite side. And then I took that brush again and I just made sure that those darker shades weren't lost in the transition with the shimmer shade. So I'm making sure that I'm going over everywhere with each brush. So I went into another palette to pick up a black because that black brown shade I used from the Revolution palette wasn't giving me the depth that I really needed. So I'm just lightly making a soft wing and I'm picking up little to no product at all because I didn't want it to be super dark on the lash line. I just wanted to make it look like something was there. Going into my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner. This is in the shade black, of course, and I'm just running that across my waterline. And I really do love this eye pencil. Like, this black is really black. So I'm taking that black brown shade and I am blending out that liner that I just placed on my lash line. I'm smoking it out just a tad bit. To get a more precise blend, I'm taking that same small blending brush and I'm blending it out even further. Alright, so let's move back to the rest of the face. For the inner corner, I'm just taking a lighter shimmer shade from that same palette and I'm just bringing it down to the lower lash line, and this is what I have so far. These lashes are from Kiss. They are in the 03 style from their luxury mink lash line. It's in the black and gold box. For blush, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Blusher Reloaded in Baked Peach. And I love this blush. And this eye is giving me so much life. It is so sexy. Okay. For highlighter, this is the Highlighter Reloaded in Just My Type from Makeup Revolution. Alright, so moving on to the lips. I didn't have a brown lip liner, so I used concealer. Okay, ladies, if you don't have any dark shade lip liners, go ahead and get your concealer that you use to contour and a brush and just use it as a lip liner, okay? Makeup is universal, it's multi-use, so yeah, if you spend your money on it, you gotta make it work, okay? So I'm just using that to outline my lips, and I did go in and blend it out as well. And for the center of my lips, I'm taking the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This one is in Neutral Tan. And I know it looks crazy right now. I know you're probably saying, Amir, what are you doing? But listen, it's a process. Just make sure that you blend it out, and it's going to turn out so pretty, y'all. I promise. So I took a clean blending brush and I blended out those edges to make sure that those two colors are blended in to each other. Very nice. I told you guys that this is a process and this is a part of it, okay? So then I'm going into my butter gloss. This is in the shade Madeline, and I'm putting that on top first. And it was cute, but it just needed a little bit more pizzazz to it. So I went on top with a clear gloss. This one is from the Beauty Supply. You can never go wrong with Beauty Supply lip gloss, and it just added that shine that I was really looking for, and it was just doing it for me. The last and final step is to set my face once again. I'm taking a mattifying setting spray. This is from Milani. It's the Make It Last setting spray. So I'm going to hop off camera, fix my hair, and put on some clothes, and we are going to wrap up this video. And here we have our finished look, you guys. Maybe it's the hair, or maybe it's the lashes, or maybe it's the lips. I don't know what it is about this look, but I love it. Okay, it's giving me sexy, but not too much. It's giving me soft sexy. That's what I'm gonna say. It's giving me soft sexy. So if you like what you saw today, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. If you enjoy voiceovers and if you want to see more tutorials like this, then give this video a big thumbs up and leave some comments down at the bottom. I want to chit chat with you guys. We got to keep this interaction and engagement up, okay? So I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.